had been bothering her, and it was coming to me that it was bothering her.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
when God tells me to ask, I have to speak up, because if I don't, I get in trouble.
I do understand. I do understand. But you've been holding on to that for you. It's been slipping out, like seeping out here and there. But you just outright told on yourself Wednesday. Me and Grace was talking about that. I was like, Sandra just told on herself.
Can I say no? No. Can't escape that no more. Okay.
No. You good. Never hold back. I just wanted to let you know that we see you. I just wanted you to know that we see you. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for our Thursday Church Day, our esoteric day. Thank you to Mr. Law Load, hold all the way out of the Bronx in New York, Brooklyn. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know it's a difference. I apologize. The Bronx.
You scared me for a second. You scared me.
Brooklyn, but Brooklyn with a B. Hey, gotcha. All right, so I'm going to now pass it on over to the man, the myth, the legend, the seer, the reader, the person who tells you things you didn't think anybody else know, the ones who see the one who sees deep down into the darkness of you, the one who sees the things that you are hiding from all others, including yourself, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
Well, thank you all so much. Thank you for such a warm welcome and introduction. Your biggest mistake. That's what we're talking about. It boils down to one thing. I'll give you the theme up front. I'll give you what we're talking about up front. And whenever you see me do that, that means I know you're going to disagree. So I'm going to have you disagree with me at the 0 minutes. And then I got 120 to convince you. That's what we're going to do. 120 to convince you. Your life is not about you, but everyone else around you and how you touch their lives. That's my agenda here. It is your biggest mistake. And while this is esoteric, which is a word that just means only a few people know, it is also practical, and we're going to be very practical during this call. In the same manner, that's right, Cloud Atlas, in the same manner I told you on the previous call on the business side, or we were doing personal finances, and I told you that if you don't have resources, you don't have any money. It's the same way I can tell you that if you're not impacting the lives of others, you're working way too hard. So let's start here with this basic understanding. Your biggest mistake is you have made, so here, that's the point. Here is your biggest mistake. Your biggest mistake is your attitude is that your life is about you. That's your biggest mistake. And I assure you that every single thing that is wrong with your life and the things that are right with your life, how many of you got the right things going on in your life, but it ain't right enough? Who knows what I'm talking about? It's yes. Okay, there we go. All right, I got the right crowd. Yeah, it did. Well, see, and that's one of the things I'm going to say. 1, 2, 3. Come over here, Grace. Come over here. Tell them this third thing I got right here.
Success is supposed to last for much more than a little while.
Help me, somebody. Success is supposed to last for more than a little while. See, I'm already cutting. I'm already going against the grain. So let's repeat. I've now said 3 things. Success is supposed to last more than a little while. I've now said 3 things so far. The main point, the theme, should you will, the I have a dream that one day, right? The dream, the theme of the message is your life is not about you, but everyone else around you and how you impact them. That's the theme. Your biggest mistake is Your attitude is an attitude all about you. Your life is about you. That's your biggest mistake. And I don't worry, but we're breaking down. And then speeding up, when I poll my audience, how many of you got some right things going on? But it ain't right enough. You got money, but not enough money, right? You know what I'm saying? Health, but not enough health. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, that's because that's how the universe responds to the vacuum in which you are. When you have the attitude of my life is about me, how does Phil say the universe abhors a vacuum? It's the truth. As long as you are a taker, the universe will give you limited prosperity, limited abundance, because to take is lack. And the universe doesn't award lack, it just rewards an abundance of the things you don't want. So there's one or two things. If your life is about you, and we're getting ready to gauge how we know if our life is about us, what does this mean? Let me help you. This does not mean you're a bad person. All right, so Diana said, okay, thank you. So this does not mean you're a bad person. Listen to my words very carefully. Your biggest mistake is your attitude is your life is about you. Those words were loaded. The theme is your life. Like if I want you to walk away catching something, I have a dream. What Martin Luther King talking about? I have a dream. What else he say? I don't know, but I got a dream. You know, if it just that thing there, that is your life. It's not about you, but everyone around you and how you impact them. That's a 3-point sermon. You hit the 3 points, not about you, those around you, and how you impact them, how you touch them. The universe, has anybody ever heard or experienced, or when I say it, this is what I love about prosperity. It has one voice. And whenever there is prosperity and you hear it for the first time, you hear it differently. You hear it as if you're remembering it, like it's not the first time, because it's not. Because source you, big you, as Oprah would say, knows better, knows all. And you know when something is right, when you go, man, that was good. Because you have this feeling, something about me remembered that. I just had some stuff over it. So hopefully I want to tell you something real quick that I want you to remember. Not remember that I said it, remember that it is true, that it is law. If your attitude makes you a vacuum, one or two things are going to happen. Your life is going to be horrible. And if that is not what will fix you, so your life is going to be horrible. That's karma. Karma is here to make you ascend. But for some of you, like Phil, Law, and Antonio, just us, you're knuckleheads. No, Adrian, you're knuckleheads. Oh, you take everything for Adrian, everything for Phil, everything for Law, everything for me. We've been there before. Yes, sir.
I'm glad I waited because I was going to say Susan, but I'm glad you clarified it.
Yeah, we knuckleheads. We know how to start over. We don't feel like it, but take it all from us. Whatever. Phil, I've been struggling since the day I was born. You know what I'm saying? Law, we know how not to have. So the universe don't punish us that way. It punished Deanna and Susan.
Oh my God, yeah.
And Archie that way. It's punished y'all that way. We knuckleheads. So because karma is not a punishment, I'm just using this word. Karma is this physical force on you that's supposed to be uncomfortable that makes you ascend past it. That's all karma is. That's all karma is. But when you say, if me and Phil and Law and Adrian become vacuums, karma's not going to take things from us. No, karma's gonna let us win a little bit. That pisses us off. See, y'all don't want to play with me.
I mean, one way flip. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're knucklehead. We're built for pain, so pain don't work on us. But that, man, I'm right there, and that keeping right there, that kills us. That kills us. Because when we go back to the drawing board and we believe and we hope and we write it down and we do the 6 steps of Think and Grow Rich and we do everything we're supposed to and we're good people and we give to others and the universe still says, no, I'm still not gonna let it work. Like, damn, I did what I was supposed to do. And we do it again. And we spend 40 years doing what we're supposed to do. And the universe keeps saying close, but no cigar. That kills us. And that's only 2 responses to be in the vacuum. Karma. It's one response, karma, but what hurt you don't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, let me get law de grace.
It's crazy that you explained that way, and it makes so much sense now because that's exactly what's happening to me. That's what's happening. I remember when I was on this, it was win, high, hit, and then it was, oh, okay, so you know what? I'm gonna give you a little bit now. It's just like, come on, I'm ready. But the universe is saying, hold up. So I get it. That makes a lot of sense.
That's it, because that's what works on him. You get it? You know, you have Deanna lose everything. Nah, whatever. Her mama gonna take care of her. Her daddy gonna take care of her. You understand what I'm saying? But let her try and look stupid. That kills her, Grace. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? She done closed her. Oh, she done left the Zoom call. Feels that mic drop. You get upset, like genuinely. Our biggest mistake is when our attitude is, I need to come to Texas for me.
I hate you.
I need to come to Texas for me. I need to build ATS for me, or whatever it is. I need to get these sales to get commissions. The universe says, fine, you make 145 calls, one of them an answer. You know what I'm saying? Or you start off full of fire and you just quit early because it's too much. It's either too much pressure or the opposite. It's still too much pressure for the different personality, but it's getting, I'm tired of getting too close. This is the people like us, we say things like, I can't take another loss. Because we keep getting there, and it's right here. We can grab it. We know this is gonna work. And then right, it just goes away. And the reason why we keep and we don't even realize we repeat it. We just say, go back to the drawing board, do it again. No, we're repeating our karma. We're in a holding pattern. Man, that's a cycle. We're in a holding pattern of our karma. And our karma is going to keep teaching us that lesson according to who you are. If you can take a massive amount of pain, you close but no cigar. If you can't take no pain, as soon as you see it, you're going to die. You're like, oh my God, I don't want that no more. Then you change. Some of y'all, at the first sign of pain, you change. Not us, not us knuckleheads. You know, we didn't even notice that pain. That was pain. I was too sexy for that pain. You know what I'm saying? That's me and Law right there. You know what I'm saying? That's with no pain. That's how it works. And our biggest mistake, I got you, Grace. Our biggest mistake is our attitude about life is inducing the karma we're receiving. And we don't recognize, like I'm explaining to you, what that karma looks like. Go ahead, Grace.
You said if your attitude makes you a vacuum, one of 2 things are going to happen. One, your life is going to be horrible. What was the second one?
Your life is going to be horrible, or your life is going to be good a little bit. Good a little bit. Now make sure those notes don't stop you from receiving. You know what I'm talking about? I'd rather you have 50% notes than 100% notes and 50% receiving. Go ahead, Phil.
You know, there's a term called the wheel of karma. And I actually Googled it. Will you explain to me what is meant by the wheel of karma? What is it and how does it affect our lives?
Yeah.
Each of our actions, physical, mental, or verbal, create an impression in the mind. Everything we do is stored in the mind in the form of subtle impressions or samskaras. We perform our actions under the spell of these subtle impressions, and in turn, our actions reinforce these subtle impressions. Subtle impressions endanger roaming tendencies, and these roaming tendencies are in turn into strengths with the subtle impressions. The process is known as karma chakra, the wheel of karma. Once in motion, the wheel revolves to an ever-increasing velocity.
That's 100% facts. 100% facts. So think of karma. So it's the same definition. Nobody said anything different thus far. Phil went deeper down the rabbit hole. It's the same thing, though. He just said the same words. You know what I'm saying? I need you to think of karma as this physical force pushing on you, but it is not supposed to hurt. So, but if your attitude about life is, why is this happening to me? Then it is going to hurt. And the vacuum, karma is going to say, well, fine, I'm either going to hurt you real hard, or I'm going to hurt you real hard the other way. Yeah, but not yet. You'll be
So, Antonio,
Mm-hmm.
it's similar if you say to yourself, why can't I ever get along with Phil? Your brain will answer that question. Phil's a jerk, he's loud, and he did something to me 6 months ago. I'm never going to forgive him. You change the question. What can I do to get along better with Phil?
That's right.
Realize he's a jerk, accept that he's loud, and forgive him for what he did to you 6 months ago.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Deanna, Google, or let me make you, because you went out. That was the appropriate response. Google law of one, and these words, forgiveness stops the wheel of karma. Law of one actually addresses the wheel of karma and how to stop going through this stuff.
It fulfills it. It fulfills it.
Fulfills it. Yep. Absolutely. Thank you. Fulfills it. It just, no, you do it on the screen. Let them see. Let them see your struggle. Law of one, forgiveness stops the wheel of karma. Right. Hit there you go.
This
Right.
one?
No, the third one. Oh, yeah, no, right there. Number 2. No, right there. In forgiveness lies the stoppage of the wheel of karma. Scroll down. Let's see if they. Yeah, David Woodcock is awesome. Keep going. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scroll faster. There you go. Scroll faster. Scroll faster. And then, all right, don't worry about it. I'll tell you what's at. If you don't know what law of one is, just think of Seth and all that stuff like that. You're being in the right lane. 1981, series of 4 years of interviews, might have been 5 books. The vibratory sound complex named Ra, 6th density being, communicates through a vessel to a few wanderers. Wanderers would be someone who has exceeded their 3rd density life cycle of 75,000 years, and then be 4th or 5th density and have come back to help. And these 3 friends, 4th one eventually came, were being channeled like Abraham channels Esther, who was channeling this collective conscious, well, that's the only thing there is. Like, we don't have individual consciousness. We only have a collective. We have the illusion of the individual consciousness so we can ascend to the collective. There's a reason, and it's fun. Nevertheless, did you hear my worldview? It came out by accident. It totally came out by accident. There's a reason, and it's fun. Right? My view is no matter what's happening, it's fun. And it's not something I grew to, because we don't have to grow. It's something I remembered, I always believed. You see what I'm saying? And Rod then says, in order to stop karma, forgive. Forgive self and other self. Well, Phil is a jerk. That's other self. If I'm saying that, Phil is other self. Forgive other self. And then, since I still feel the way, his third example was he did something to me 6 months ago and I'll never forgive him. Now I got to forgive the fact that I feel that way. All that stuff that would come for you ceases to grow roots and come out the ground. So you can't stop harvest from coming out the ground. But what you can do is be in a total state of forgiveness. And some of that stuff just won't grow. That's no different than scientific right now. If you go plant, men down have garden. If you go plant corn, you get corn, you read the back of the package. Mm-hmm. It says plant 3. Put 3 corns in one hole. So many inches. I think it's 6 inches, not 6 inches, whatever it is. It's so many inches deep, and you got to put them 36 inches apart or something like that. You could tell we got dirty. You know what I'm saying? We got dirty. Why do you put 3 in one? Because the concept, the idea there is all 3 of these ain't gonna germinate. They're not, you know what I'm saying? You only need one. Mm-hmm. We don't know if all 3 gonna germinate, but that one.
Yeah, each one 33%.
I got 33% chance. And I'm kind of telling you the same thing about forgiveness. Every action that you've done doesn't come out the ground. Forgiveness has stopped quite a few of your actions from coming out the ground, even whether you knew it or not. Am I telling you can stop it? No. You put it in the ground, it's coming up. But when there is, especially when there's a mutual level of forgiveness, that fades away immediately. When there's a one-sided level of forgiveness, if you've done all you can, see, if I forgive Arshia and Arshia doesn't forgive me, nothing's really happening yet except for what we planted, me and her. When I forgive Arshia and my actions and my deeds and my attitude, there we go again, include her in that forgiveness, no matter what she say, she can see visually and spiritually, you can feel it. You know, y'all know when people walk in the room, you know if they like you or not. You understand? That stuff oozes off you. So if I include her in my physical, in my mental, and in my spiritual, to where she is no longer uncomfortable. She pissed at me and she has no intention of forgiving me, but she can see no matter what, I refuse to do what I did again. I hear you. I would do whatever it takes, or I hear you whenever you're ready, please come to me. Then karma coming for her. It ain't coming for me. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to be responsible for some of the actions she is planting in the ground, because I caused that. I violated her free will, and now she's behaving in a manner. She's planting seeds she would not have planted if I would not have been a catalyst of that emotion. So I have to pay for that, or a good portion of it. Go ahead, Law, because this is good.
How much is that percentage?
Yeah. If you could just give me the scientific equation, please, I would. Okay. The yes, ma'am. We get Judith and Sandra.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
What happens if you forgive and then the situation happens again?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you've forgiven and it happens, in that way or in some other type of way that's related to it.
Absolutely. And I'm assuming in this, because I can hear it in your tone, it's happening. We'll just use you as an example. It's happening to you, but you're not the cause of it, and you're doing your best to stick in that situation, right? That's what it sounds like you're saying. Okay, good. Yeah. Good.
Forgiving and forgiving and forgiving. And, you can only go so far. And then you get upset. And then when you get upset, they bring that
all over.
the whole thing as opposed to back to the current situation.
Yeah.
The
Susan,
inappropriate situations, you know.
you're right. Susan was good for 45 days. Now you want to pick the one. It took me 45 days to get mad again. And you what you have to do is forgive again, but not that person. You have to forgive yourself enough to stop living the apology they expect you to live.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Come again.
Yes, you have to forgive again, but this time it's not that person. See, that's why I said I'm assuming because she did that. Now she got to forgive herself. It's illustration for living the apology they expect her to live, because that's what they're doing. They don't want her just sorry. No, they want her to breathe sorry, speak sorry. If she happy, she wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They want her to hurt as much as they want her to hurt as much as they're hurting. And their judgment of that pain is you ain't hurt enough yet. Oh, so you're gonna talk to him, but you're not gonna talk to me.
And like my grandma said, you can forgive, but don't be no fool.
Right. And so in that situation, when you're doing all you can, when you see that it's a pattern of behavior that is unworthy of your current level of karma, unworthy of your soul, and you know it because your soul will hurt and scream. I'm not talking about walking away from people. We're talking about pausing and observing the situation through big you. And obviously, sometimes you hurt people so much, they got to get it out. You know what I'm saying? But this wasn't those got to get it out situations. She was talking about this how they always behave. You understand what I'm saying? They were looking for me. They poking at me just for me to mess up so they can restart it back again. That's called the cycle of abuse. Any empath knows about the cycle of abuse. Any empath knows about the cycle of abuse. And what you have to do is you have to forgive yourself because you've been living an apology so somebody likes you. You've been living an apology because you want to keep the peace. And that's not what Jesus or any ascended master told you to do. Keeping the peace don't mean you need to be a doormat. And it's perfectly okay to release yourself on a limited basis or a temporary position from people until this thing dies down. That's perfectly okay. We're not talking about cutting people off, because some people you can't come off. You can't cut your mom off. She's your mom. You know what I'm saying? She's your karmic soulmate in this case, but she is your mom. You can't cut off. But you can set boundaries. Not boundaries. We got all this depends on your motives, right? We're talking about big you. We're assuming you're talking about big you. You say, okay, if I go over there, she's going to behave this way. So let me just write a letter, or let me make sure I call every day and just be quick before she, whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? But you got to forgive yourself so you don't keep yourself in that holding pattern. Because a lot of you, and I'm glad Susan asked this question, a lot of you are living apologies for people because you're nice. And if you're not careful, people will have you living the apology that they want you to live your whole relationship with them. Your whole relationship with them. That will become the theme and the basis and the foundation of your relationship, and you would never, ever be comfortable. So much to the point when you hear that person's name, it affects the chemicals in your body. Who know what I'm talking about? They 50 miles away and you're going through, you know what I'm saying? You're going through a physical illness just at the thought of them. Or you were having a good day and their name come across your call ID. And you immediately go into fight or flight. Now, people are not supposed to have that power over you. I'm not saying they don't have the ability. Everybody got the ability not to praise the Lord out of you. I'm saying you don't have to stay in that physical condition. Okay, good. No, Susan, blessed you out. Sandra?
Well, I was just going to say, I was actually going to address a lot of what you just said.
Go ahead. You got it.
And one of the things was noticeable with you, Antonio T. Smith Jr., if you don't mind me just saying, knowing that how to address this situation has been part of your situation of being nice,
Right.
even when you felt like I don't have to be nice. Why would I do that?
Well, this is definitely an empathic problem, or someone who actually did wrong and they feel guilty.
Right.
This is definitely those two type of problems. Keep going.
So one of the things that happened to me, which I was going to talk about, was that a situation happened with my great grand. Now, this is after me talking with Grace early evening and talking about some things that I wanted to do and I'm looking forward to doing. Now, I'm used to seeing this energy come for an attack on my productivity. However, I was unaware that it would be this type of sneak attack. I witnessed.
Make sure you're in the 48 laws of power with the human consultants when it starts. Yes, keep going.
So, in knowing that something was going to happen, because people like me and other people on the call are aware of the shift of energy and the shift of the electricity and the different amounts in different areas in the house of where you're at.
So you're right.
So I realized that. And so I looked up to see what I was going to see. And it played out like a movie. And it expected me to be angry, taking me back to where I had to jump up and protect my child, who at the time was about the same age as my great grand is now, and protect her from having her legs snatched up and beat with a belt. And I'm trying to stop that and get knocked out for doing so. However, this is so interesting that you would be talking about it, because it makes such a difference. So what happened wasn't to that extent. However, it was to the extent as plucking my space open to try to break open the wounds. However, being that I have grown into having the tentacles of the ATS team joining with me, as you may have seen in The Matrix, the Sentinels, I have that to coat me along with the preservation of God's strength working for me, no doubt. So instead of going into a rushing rage, I simply prayed the situation around me. Yes, I was aggravated. Yes, I got mad, but I did not rush into things the way I normally would. In that instance, I was able to fully have my great grand watch me, and he began to calm down. He sat down, and as I looked at the people to Sandra who were involved of this, to me, misbehavior, I had to forgive them, for they know not what they do, as well as forgive me, because I know what's being done, and forgive me for anything that I did to set and or bring that confrontation to me. So this morning when I got up, I went on my regular, day to get ready for the day, talk to God and all that good stuff. And then in the process, that little finger, hey, you mad, right? You you're gonna speak ill of people who had something to do, right? You're gonna plot against, and I was like, no, I forgive them. And I release what God is going to do into their life, because I have a mandate on my life, and that is to let the people know that there is something that we have to answer to, and that is abuse as a whole. You cannot stop abuse without pulling up the complete root, and in removing its source. That is the only way that it can be removed from your heart. And in that, it takes forgiveness for all who are involved in any part of that abuse, for they know not what they do. Rather they do it intentionally or not, it doesn't mean that I have to react.
That's true.
In a way that damns me from moving forward to my destiny.
Okay. So no, thank you. Y'all let me mute your mics and clap real quick. There's a lot here, and I'm going to address it. There's a lot. We have to talk about this, because abuse is real. That's I don't know what to, so we got to talk about it. We have to talk about it, and we want to give it its proper credence. And luckily for me, it just fits right into today, your biggest mistake. Because everything she said, but one thing, it was the very end when she quoted Jesus, for they know not what they do, was the attitude of me, you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every single thing she said, even when she did the good thing of stopping the abuse for the grandbaby, that was for her. Walk with me on the journey. Law and I have babies. He's clearly the film, not me. Okay. He's clearly the film. He is clearly the film. And we have a baby. And then the baby goes to school, 6 years old, and starts cussing. And I don't mean cussing, I mean putting the words together rightly and directing them rightly.
That's it.
And some good string of sentences.
Yes.
And little 6-year-old Lawlisha.
Not Lawlisha.
Little 6-year-old Lawlisha meant what the hell she said.
That's it.
And when they asked her why you said that, she then put together another string of cuss words about how she ain't got the answer to name one of y'all. Asking her questions. So now Antonio get to school, and I had to whoop little Alicia right there where she at. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Who was that for?
You. Yeah.
That was for me. That was completely for me. That was me saying, you not gonna embarrass me. That wasn't for her behavior. That was not for her behavior whatsoever. You understand? Like, come on, we got to keep it real. I went to school and whipped out my frustration.
Yeah.
didn't know, and this is what Sandra said, when you get abuse,
Exactly
you gotta,
what happened.
that's exactly, you know what I'm saying? When she said you gotta pick up abuse at the root, is what she said.
Yeah.
So I whipped Lalisha because I was embarrassed. I'm using her behavior
Yeah.
as the facade, the illusion that that's what I'm correcting.
Yeah.
What I'm correcting is I'm not going to send you nowhere you're going to make me look bad. Come on now. That's all right.
That's what they said.
That's okay. That's what we do. We say it while we doing it to a rhythm, to a cadence. You not gonna make, you know, do it to a cadence.
Period.
And that's when you have, I got you, Deanna. I saw your hand. This is what happens when your attitude is about my life is about me. See, the innocent child who was 6, who's obviously repeating what the heck is coming out the house.
Yeah.
Let's just point that out.
Yeah.
Apparently, me and Law need quit arguing all the doggone time. Nah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm so filthy. He keep cleaning up every day. Arguing stuff. We need to stop arguing every time. Mm-hmm. But the truth, well, everything is the truth. What should be noted here is I am correcting what I feel violated me. I am not correcting the situation. I am not, as Sandra said, picking it up by the root and getting rid of whatever happened. Why? Because my biggest mistake in life is that my attitude about my life is me. My child went to school and embarrassed me.
Yep.
Not herself, me. And this is what we'll say. This is just how black folk talk to black folk. We're in front of them white folk and go make me look like that. Is what we'll say. Look at you, see, they ready. It's what we would say. This is exactly what we would say. You gonna make us look bad like that? We ain't got nothing as it is. You know, not they gonna call CPS and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because me. And now what I've done at 6 years old, because anything we learn by 8, we repeat. I just taught little Law Lisa. She's pretty like Law, by the way. Okay. I just taught little Law Lisa that her daddy don't love her more than he loved himself.
Reverend.
This is happening every day. This is what happens every day. Yeah.
Is more important than how I feel.
That's right. Say it on the mic, Diana, and then you go ahead and pick up with your question too.
It also teaches the child how you act in public, how you represent me is more important than how you feel. I almost did that to Don. I was almost that parent who, I was almost that parent who don't you act like, don't you disrespect me in public, don't you embarrass me in public. And I heard I was almost that parent who, with my kid, who don't embarrass me in public, don't act like that in public. I taught you better than that. You know better. And one of our friends came in one day. Well, actually it was Shannon. Yeah, I taught you better than that. And Shannon came in one day because she experienced exactly what Antonio is talking about at this very moment with one of the students at her school and their parent. The parent came in and beat the crap out the kid, not even once talking to the kid about what happened, but because the kid embarrassed them. And I sat there for a moment and I was like, wow. We would, as parents, we are taught, don't embarrass me. No, as kids, we are taught, our parents teach us, don't embarrass me. As we grow up, we carry that same thing and we never think about the kid. You never ask the kid, well, why did you respond that way? What happened to make this happen? You just go in there because they embarrass you. You just beat the crap out of them. And you also teach them not to talk to you. So there's so much there. And I'm so happy you're talking about it because there's so much there. I was taught, I don't talk to my parents for that very reason. Me and my brother talk more to each other than we do to our parents. If our parents, and it's not that we don't love our parents, it's not that we don't have a line of communication with our parents. Just as a kid, we just learned like the whole, I'm your parent, not your friend. You don't talk to me like that. Because of how that was delivered to me, there's certain things that I stopped talking to my parents about, period. Now that I'm older, I just don't care. I'm grown. You gonna take it how I deliver it. but me and my brother, it got to a point where our parents would ask us, hey, did you speak to DeSoto? Hey, have you spoken to Deanna? Because we weren't talking to our parents, but they knew we communicated with each other. And that's the relationships that we develop when we do the very thing Antonio is talking about now. And it took me to have a kid to understand. And now that I have one and I understand, it brings to light a lot more because I see more now with having a kid. I see the damage of my communication, the damage of my actions, the damage of how I interact with him, because it shows me how I interact with others, because all he's doing is mirroring me. So if I tell him to do something 5 times and he never listened, it lets me know, okay, well, how many times have you been asked to do something 5 times and you never listened? So that's
now let's make sure your biggest mistake is that your life is about you. And you can't get blessed that way. And this is not esoteric, it is practical. And I need you to get this. It means you don't understand the ways of life. You don't understand how life works. Write this down, as I said, and I'll put a big bow on all this stuff. If you have the attitude that my life is about me, and I need to go back and let me define it first. So what do we mean? Because I meant to do that far earlier. What do we mean when I say my life is about me? Does that mean selfish? No. You're just looking for your prosperity. This is your life, your one shot, and everything that happens in it needs to happen in it good. There you go. And look, everybody went, I don't see the damn problem. You gonna tell me that's a problem? No, that's not it's not a problem. It is an admission that anything that happens in your life can't be good if it ain't good to your definition. Napoleon Hill tried his best to address it, called it auto-suggestion. Tried his best. Wrote it down. He made 100,000 millionaires already. I just got the fire for it. He did it. He did it by 1945. Your idea of, well, I'm not saying, Antonio, that I want this to be bad. I just want to have a good life. I just want to have a good life is the attitude that makes karma go, okay, all right then. So I'm gonna make you have a terrible life, or I'm gonna let you get real close, but no cigar. Donald Trump, 1 or 2 terms. I get you one. So now karma is going to press upon him. And the only thing, because I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing. I'm not speaking ill about Donald Trump, but I would do the same thing. I'm going to press upon him, and I guarantee you, his dying goal is going to be able to get back in office and finish that. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with helping the country. That's not it, Phil. I said I was going to do this, and this is why I'm going to do it. This is what it is. No, I need you to get it. I told Tempest, which, by the way, Grace, y'all clap for Grace. She got her first certification yesterday. Yes. Yeah, she got it. Her certification late last night. I'll bring it up tomorrow morning. Late last night. And I was telling Tempest, because right now me and Tempest are doing the impossible. And Deanna now has extreme. We taking college classes now. Me, Tempest, and Deanna, just for certifications. And I had to tell Tempest, I haven't a chance to tell Deanna yet. I was like, I know you set a goal for this Friday for her 3rd certification, but if you feel like you need to push it back to Sunday, which was Easter Sunday, which was what she did, I say you need to do that. Because I'm going to tell you, your goal of being done by Friday is making you study differently. Because she told me, I'm not catching what I'm learning. That's because you learning. Your certification is skill acquisition. So what is she doing? She just hitting play, Phil. Just hitting play and letting it wash over her. Why? Because she's a bad person? No, because at that moment, her motive, that certification came about her. And karma was pushing up against her. We're not gonna let you learn nothing then. As long as this certification is about you, you don't get to retain anything. How many of you been there before? You've been studying, you know what I'm saying? You was reading, you was like, what the? I just spent an hour for no reason. I don't know what the hell. What did I just, you know what I'm saying? This is not about good or bad people. This isn't, you wanting to have your best life is not bad. Are you allowed to have your best life? Yes, through the impactful, meaningful life of the way you treat others. For some of you, that sounds like an extra step, but the truth is it's the only step. It's not an extra step. It's the only step. The only step there is to take is, okay, Grace, how can I help today? You. I heard Phil say 2 years ago, you have a 15-minute huddle and say, what, he got a list of 3 questions I'll never be able to quote. I can't get one quote down. So I ain't gonna mess up 3 of them. But they have these, they all 3 are asked, what can we do now? What can we do later? How can I assist? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense, because that's the only way to fix anything. The only way to fix anything is to say, hey, this isn't fixed, so allow me to serve you in fixing it.
In that space, can I say this? That's exactly one of the things of how I enter into getting the help that people who receive and accept abuse to their point of not accepting it, because it is their choice.
No
and
doubt.
What is it that I can do to help you? And seeing that last night was like a seed into helping others right there in that space, and changing the way that I handle it and or looked at it so that I can approach other people to help them.
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. No, thank you for sharing that. And then when Phil gets back, Grace wants to know those three things. She's trying to get better at sales. Y'all make sure y'all remind me when Phil she leaned over, whispered, can Phil get those 3 things? I can use all the help I can get. It's too funny. Last thing I'll say about this abuse thing, abusers only have 2 forms of power: power over someone, or power to influence that person to do what they want them to do. So when you ask an abuser to stop, or when you say be kind or anything like that, you have to ask an abuser in a manner that doesn't make them feel like they're losing their power, because that's why they became abusive. Because they don't want to lose power. This is why they can't apologize. Y'all know abusers who cannot apologize? You know what I'm talking about? They just cannot apologize. Cannot apologize, because apology is losing power. It's losing power.
Donald Trump.
There you go. It's losing power, because all they have is power over other people, or power to influence you to get back over there. Phil, Grace would ask you a question. When I brought up the 3 things you said, she was like, she whispered, can he say
I think you're talking about what should we continue to do?
Yep, that's it.
And why? What should we stop doing and why? And what should you start doing and why?
She said, thank you. She working on shit. Grace she's got like She's doing nothing but sales. She got her first certification yesterday in sales. She doing this at home because I'm gonna tell you what's happening. This is what's happening. This is what's happening behind the scenes, y'all. All right, Grace. We got my 100 yet? And who am I talking about? Phil and Susan. Yeah. So I keep, and the deal is her character, in this case, fantastic, said, wow, you know what? I've never, what Antonio is trying to do, what the company is trying to do, that's amazing. So her character said, I need to go lift my awareness in me to match what's coming forth. That's when you don't make your life about you. Can we clap for Grace? Yeah, no, we didn't even know you was doing that. Look at
Yeah.
You didn't even know you was doing that. Yeah, because she's giving up her life to do these certifications. Some of them cost money. She ain't asking me to pay for it yet. You know what I'm saying? So some of it costs money. But that's how it is. It's when you, and I promise you, listen, when Grace, now you're gonna get punished now if you don't say Frida. I keep having to teach her that. I keep having to teach her, pay it forward. Pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a character issue. It's your life is about you getting better. And you haven't made that leap. Ooh, let me now make someone else better. You just haven't made that leap yet. Is Grace a bad person, y'all? Not even close. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Yeah. So
I see her wings, matter of fact.
No, she's a fantastic person. But she's getting certifications just to hit that bar of 100. Of course, everybody here knows, and I'm going to say, once it happens, Law, we all know what I'm going to, Grace, what I'm going to say.
All right, good. Then let's go get 1,000.
I'm so freaking consistent. There would be no celebration. The biggest celebration could be, y'all unmute your mics and clap for Grace. That's it. That's that pioneer teacher. That's why y'all need to take the Marcus Buckingham challenge, because Grace know this about me. And it ain't offending her, and I know it about me, so I ain't trying to change it. It's a match made in heaven. She know how to deal with me, and let's not front that I'm not gonna say, good job, Grace. Let's go 1,000 now.
That's exactly how you go.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. No. Because all I can see is we can go bless more people. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Blah, 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 blah. When you make your life about you, it's your biggest mistake. There's some qualifiers, but there's no qualifiers. This is me going back to the beginning of what I meant to do. No, this doesn't make you a bad person. No, this doesn't mean you're selfish. And no, this doesn't mean, and this was Law been waiting for me to say this the whole time, that you got to sacrifice, that you got to be poor. That ain't what I said. All right. That doesn't mean you don't get to have the nice things or do the nice things. So let's break it down, Grace. Write it down as I say it. This is not about being poor, and it's not about you not getting what you want. It's just about moving in a different manner. Imagine, if you will, this whole world is full of energy. You shouldn't have to actually imagine that, because that's actually a fact. The energy that you have been, the current you've been riding, this is as good as it gets. Wait a minute. I want every last one of you to think about your life. If you're trying to improve your current, life, the current you own ain't gonna do it. This is as good as it gets. No. Think about it. You know what, Law, public transportation. This bus don't go that way, Law. If you try to go downtown, you got to get on a bus going downtown. You need to get to the stop and go move to the other bus. It is that simple. It really is that simple. Whatever you have in your life, right? Prophet Jerry, It's getting ready to walk again. We all believe and receive. But the current he riding right now ain't gonna get it, bro. This is as good as it get. It's as good as it get. You got to switch currencies. Yeah, here. Look, it's as good as it get. Switch currencies. The one, what do we call money? Currency, right? Energy. It's current. It's a current. And the current you surfing on right now, you to use it for everything you got. Ain't nothing else in there. Ain't another apple falling from that tree.
Nope.
The same apples.
Nope.
You understand? If you want different things growing out your garden, you got to plant different seeds, don't you?
Antonio.
Yes. I always count on the volley. Come on, come through.
So how we switch from 220 to 150 then, man?
That's it. Come on, you're talking now. Exactly. That's pretty much what's the call. So we're talking about switching, and there's only one way to move. And I said earlier, you got to serve others. This time I want to define, we say that all the time, and motivational speakers say it all the time, and we never really say what serve others mean. This time I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you a bunch of practical examples. Let's take Damali and Sam right now, because Damali and Sam have real estate goals, and they're trying to create 2 to 3 generational wealth for their kids, plus take care of family back in Nigeria and Ghana. Real talk. Nigeria and Ghana. They're trying to take care of both of those. Is that about right, Damali? Did I leave something out?
Let me just put a little spice on that. So yesterday we were talking, and one of his brothers had a situation, and it made him realize that if anything happens to his eldest brother, he will be the one responsible for his family, because his brother has nothing set up to protect him. So we just decided that, you know what we need to do? We need an apartment complex to just take care of family and benevolence.
That's right.
That's on the list.
See it? So they can't be bad people thinking about that. Let's buy an apartment complex to bless our family and other families. That's some good people.
That's right.
So you got to move differently. The way you do not, obviously you got to pick a starting point. And obviously we say you got to serve others. So we take Damali and Sam. And whatever they have right now, they know somebody in the same situation. And it's their responsibility to go help those people. I don't know what help means. That's an infinite possibility. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an infinite number of possibilities to help these people. But the first thing that y'all need to do when you're trying to change your current, go from 220 to 150, you need to find whoever you vibrating at and change theirs. Let me take this whole jacket off. I feel like the professionalism is blocking y'all. Hold on, we in the streets now. We in the mud of this thing now.
Y'all deep into that.
Yeah, I got you.
Flick at me, please, because my ears sharpened up. Like what?
Yeah. Think about your current situation. You're trying to change it, and that's the flaw of life. You don't understand the laws of life. You don't change your situation by changing your situation. You find your current vibrational equivalent, and trust me, they all around you. And whatever you trying to do, you go do it for them. Now here's the deal. Everybody normally stops there. So let me unsharpen Damali's ears, because this next part is real easy, real candy. But let me repeat. Damali says, all right, let me take Deanna, because I know Deanna's examples. She got 1 certification. Did you go get your second one yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, she's getting the 2nd certification in herbalism. Like, she's killing it. She's doing these yearly programs. She's knocking them out. Yes, yeah. No, you clap. You clap. Yeah, you clap for that. It's a big deal. And she was telling me, well, we can do it together. I said, Law, I said, look here. I say, I don't want nothing to do with that. You just keep it in the Assembly of Wonders. You be doing me a favor. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to do with that. And I'll die out quickly doing something I don't like.
Watch it.
I don't give a damn about no plants. I battle like tea leaves. I want to melt it. I want to melt it in water so I can like it. You know what I'm saying? So Deanna is doing herbalism. And she wants to learn. And her son had allergies this morning. And she was looking at crystals that naturally do maintenance against, like vitamin C. You keep your body full of vitamin C. It's preventative, for preventive measures. And she's looking at herbs for preventive measures. That ain't good enough. That's her son. But she know folk that take medicine right now that need help.
Yeah.
And I just heard you say, Naja got a back problem. I ain't know nothing about that. Why she? But here's the deal.
Yeah.
You ain't reach out. I ain't done. You say, well, my mom, okay, I get you reach out to your mom. Has she given it to you yet?
No.
So you ain't reached out.
Right.
See, y'all like, you like to say, but I did reach out. But you know damn well she wouldn't go follow through. You really reached out when Damali say, all right, but hold on, Antonio, come on, let's do this for real. Then you got to reach out to me more than once. Mm-hmm. And the moment you help clear my eyes, here's the lubrication, here's the candy now. The moment you do that, the next time Damali goes back and work on her dreams, the road has been paved. So I need you to catch it. Damali working too hard. Manipulation is not manifestation. In order to pave the road the smoothest, to make the dreams come to you the fastest. Ooh, I know how to explain it, Damali. Okay, you ready? Let me know when you hear me, because we speak the same language. Okay, we speak the same language.
I'm planting my garden right now, so I'm double tapping.
Good. Okay, no, that's what you're supposed to. Yeah, you are double tapping for sure. Listen, this is the language. We got the language now. I know exactly what to say to Damali, because we have these. We have strong African spiritual practices. You follow me, Damali? You following me?
I got you.
Okay, that was loaded. All right. This is what I did. I told Deanna, I told Tempest, I said, listen, I need to stop all them full moon rituals. Why? You know we do. I say, well, no. I say, no, do them. They're good.
Yeah, it was reasonable.
The problem is you ain't sacrificed nothing.
Yep.
Uh-oh, hear me. You ain't gave no blood, you ain't no chickens. I'm joking here, but that's not all the way a joke. You know what I'm saying? You ain't poured out no alcohol. You saying, universe, ancestors, Lord, give me. And here's the deal. This is what happens, Arshia. So God then goes, you know what? I accept your proposal. I look past your faults because you didn't give me a damn thing. No, this is also in the Bible.
Give it to you.
Right? I look past, but you right, give it to be given. But you gotta give a sheep. Abraham, you gotta give a wheat. It's 5 approved offerings in the Torah. Greet. That's like we try to say grain and wheat at the same time. Greet, grain, burnt offering, all that stuff. Okay. Here's the deal. God says, Damali, I accept your sacrifice. But since you didn't give me nothing, I'm gonna take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess it's a good thing I started repairing my altar last night. Damn.
Yeah, because this is what you said. So you say, the God says, all right, well, what you want is pretty big. And you asked for it back in December. I'll speed you up, but you're going to give me 4 months of hell. Everything you touch for 4 months ain't going to work. Since you didn't sacrifice.
No, I've been through that.
You've been through it. Y'all go through it now. I heard almost everybody on the call.
Listen, I was just about to say, bro, that's what's happening right now. And nothing has worked, but all of a sudden, like when I tell you, you were like, manipulation and all that, like I have been so relaxed over the last like month and a half doing my studying and taking care of my house is so different, planting my garden, taking care of my kids, and just knowing that my husband's just gonna get it done, and then I'm gonna use my allowance to multiply. I'm not going to work to get something to multiply. I'm multiply his money. He's going to work. Anyway, so we just got the news. Well, he just got approved for $25,000 of funding yesterday too.
Look at that.
So he has his first funding. He got it yesterday. So yeah, everything is going smooth.
It's going smooth, working well. Y'all hear me? It's going smooth, working well, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But every time Damali go, all right, give it to me. And that's what they've been doing. God was like, man, listen, man, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to send you somebody. They're going to take care of you. But you're going to pay for it first. Since you didn't offer a sacrifice, I say you got a year of pain you're going to go through. Because what you asked for is real big. But come on now. You're asking for a yearly salary in 30 days. Did you bring a sacrifice? This is in every sacred text. Did you bring a sacrifice? Okay. Damali goes, no, I didn't. All right, no problem. I accept your offering, but I'm going to get my sacrifice. So you will be humbled for the next year. You got the month right, but the year was wrong. Okay? Hold what you got. Watch this here.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, the only way to move is through sacrifice. I'm not telling you this is a sacrificial universe. You don't have to sacrifice anything. Let me change that word. The only way to move is through servitude, servantship. You know what I'm saying? There you go, right? Because that's your sacrifice. Because you're saying, I want $1 million. Okay. Now go give Law $1 million of value. So by the time you come back and work on yours, your offering would have been accepted. It's a sweet smell to the universe. And now it's easier for you to get what you want. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Thank you for asking me to re-explain it. Because I didn't think that's, I'm telling you, yeah, you'd be asking for stuff without sacrificing. Go ahead, Grace, and then Deanna, because Deanna has something to say too.
I want $12,000 in 10 days.
And before you finish, use your mic. I want $12,000 in 10 days. God looks at you, since you believe in God, you're a Christian. Yes. No, go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Wait, hold on. No. Don't go ahead. Don't go ahead. Because I want you to listen and see how much of your question I answer without knowing what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to, I don't want you to learn. I want you to develop the skills. And I want to speak to your religion, Christian. And I'm going to stick in the New Testament for right now. The Grace said, I want $12,000 in 10 days. You said 10? 10 days. Did you really say 10? Okay. $12,000 in 10 days. God says, well, you have not because you asked not, but you did ask me. That's James 4. So you are asking me. Let me check your motives. Because it says you have not because you asked not, but even when you do it, pull it up. Pull up James 4.
You ask amiss.
Come on now. That's it. All right. It's in there. All right. So we ain't got to pull it up. You have not because you asked not. God says, all right, Grace, but you asking. Next step. How's the motives though? God goes, all right, 12,000, 10 days. Because it ain't nothing for me. 12,000, me is God, not me. All right, you got some good motives. Where's your sacrifice? Oh, you just praying. No. That's I said it the way I said it. Oh, you just praying. You just praying. Oh, you wrote it down on a piece of paper. And you think that's a sacrifice. See, Napoleon Hill forced you out of sacrifice during his thing. You don't see it, but that's what it is. Napoleon Hill told you had these 6 steps, and he forced you every morning and every night before bed to sacrifice. It's in there. It's in there. It says every morning you will say this out loud. And every night before bed, and he doesn't say every night, he says before bed because he wants that chant. You know what I'm saying? That spell to be the last thing on your conscious mind so your subconscious mind can work on it through the night. You know, watch this here. God says, all right, well, your request is valid. I see what you're trying to do. But you ain't giving me no sacrifice. You're going to pay for that. Since all I say is yes, sure, you can have $12,000 in 10 days, but you're going to pay. Because you didn't give me no sacrifice. And however God works out, whatever equivalent that is, you're going to pay. If you ain't offered no sacrifice, if you ain't went to your friends, or if you ain't, and what's the sacrifice? Servantship. If you ain't went and said, I know I've taken this from you. I know I've did this, or I know you need this and I want to give it to you. If you haven't done that, this is how every last one of you can pay your dues. Because even if you don't have, you can find somebody in your vibrational equivalent and go give. See that? Now, Grace, have you done these things? Any of these things?
No.
Finish your question.
My question was, what's the appropriate sacrifice for that?
That's a good question, but it comes with a very simple answer. I can't say what's appropriate for another person in your human experience. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's not even, well, it is a human experience, your human experience. And you may not have what I have. It doesn't make sense. I told Damali yesterday, I'll pay for it myself. I can't say, hey, Damali, let's go do this and I'll drive you there. It's not a sacrifice for me. You know what I'm saying? First off, she probably lived closer than me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, and I can't tell Frida that don't have my money to pay for things. So what's appropriate is for you and your own experience right now. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you this, changing the word from sacrifice to serving. When you serve somebody, it has an energy to it. And it comes with removing from yourself and giving to others. So the only appropriate thing that I could truly answer there is it needs to remove from you and add to whatever you put in it at. That's the only real answer I can give you as far as, you know, because you're in the 21st century, you want mathematical answers and A, B, C, D, and I can't violate. I'm not your compass. I'm your guide. You have to have the integrity to say, this is what I have. You ask me what I know about you? Because you don't do none of that stuff. You need a whole total life change when it comes to serving. You know what I'm saying? And let me explain why. Is Grace a servant? Yep. Is Deanna a servant? Yep. Do they both have the serving motives of Jesus? Hell no. Deanna loves to serve because it just makes her feel good. And nothing wrong with that. If that was the only problem, it wouldn't be no problem. But she ain't gonna serve if it don't make her feel good. So now that ain't serving now, is it? She's serving like, you know, Mary and Martha. You know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's Martha. She's serving, and you know, I gotta make this look good. Grace serves when you tell her to. Don't do nothing you ain't told her to. So is that serving? Like, do I have to? Does the light have to tell you? Like, did the light incarnate in you and say, "Hey, we're not gonna move unless somebody tell us"? No, you are your light. You are your compass. So are both of these fantastic women? Yep. But here, I'm trying to show y'all something. But they better ever not ever call themselves servants. They are not. That's not embarrassing. Serving comes with a vibration. Phil and Susan on all y'all calls. Some of y'all keynotes is garbage. They won't tell you, but I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your best, though. You're doing your best. That's what you're here for. You know what I'm saying? They on their calls and other calls. That's serving comes with, they show up even on grocery. They got headphones and groceries all at the same time on Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? That's serving. And serving says, I remove from me and I add to you. Because a true servant knows you can never remove from yourself. But in the act of removing from yourself, since there's only self and other self, hyphenated, when I remove from me and give to Phil, you know what I'm saying? I gave to me. Let me tell you what I told Grace around here privately. I said, Grace said, well, tell me what to do to get my husband. Yes? No. I'm saying no. They don't think I'm picking on you. No.
Yes.
I said, Grace, you don't want to know the answer to this question. I said, Grace, well, fine. You want to know? She said, I want to know. Give it to me real. But Grace, grab a pen. Whenever I say that, and grab a marker. That means go on the board. This means I'm making you pick up your own sword. You hear me, Law? You're going to get your own sword. And you're going to write your own death. And Monica said, get out your house. Your husband can't knock on the door. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, no, relax. None of this is embarrassing and everything is good. This is not even a singling out or calling out. I said, Grace, write this down. I said, Grace, you were supposed to give me how many sales, Grace, on something?
100.
That was the final answer, but it was 300 at first on this one, and then 86 or something like that.
300 on one, 100 on one, and 85 on one.
So then I said this here. Listen to me. See, y'all don't like this. Grace ate it, embraced it, and now getting certifications for it. Yeah. So you're not listening. Yes. See? Woo! See? I said, Grace, if you want your husband, I said, your husband is going to come with his own money, his own alphaness. That's the stuff you like, yes? No. I'm saying on the mic.
Yes.
He need to act like your daddy or need to act like me, huh?
Yes.
Is that something I say or that's something you say?
Something I said.
And I said, Grace, well, this is what I act like, this is what your daddy act like. It's me and her daddy cool. Calls me his bro. You know what I'm saying? We cool. It's true. It's true. I said, we act like this here. We avoid negative people. And if you look like you taken, we don't talk to you. So I said, Grace, this is what you're gonna do. I don't care if it's $397 or whatever the price is, or $24.99. When you do what you've never done before, and go do 100 Bureau of blah, 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 blah. Bureau of Influential Individuals. There we go. When you go do that, your husband will show up. I say, I don't know how, but I know I'm telling the truth. Listen to me very well. I say, I don't know how, but I know I'm telling the truth. Because what you're asking for, Grace, is a life-defining moment. I said, Grace, can you give a life-defining moment to me? Can you, Grace?
Can I give a life-defining moment to you?
Can you change my life?
No.
There is nothing. No. Look at me. Look at me. Grace can give me everything. It won't make a difference, Law. It won't make a damn difference. Grace is asking for a thing she never thought she could have, never even tried to get. She's asking for, is your husband the biggest accomplishment of your life?
Yes.
So I say, you can't give it to me. I say, in order for you to get your husband, which is a defining moment, you got to go give someone else a defining moment. Didn't I say that?
Yes.
I said, so you can't do it for Deanna. I take care of her. I'm just screwing you all over the place, Grace. That's what I told her. So there's only one. I said, Monica doing well. Oh, well, she out there gallivanting with her chest out. That's what I said. That's what I said. And only left feeling Susan. No, hear me and hear me well. I'm trying to teach you about not having an attitude that's going to mess you up. Now, I didn't tell Grace to get better at sales. I didn't tell her to go get certifications. Grace, that's all I said. I didn't even say nothing. I just said, if you want a defining moment, you need to go give a defining moment to feeling Susan. And this is what happened. She made a meaning out of her own. And she said, let me go get better. 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 Certification. And I guarantee you, and I'm getting chills on my arms right now, your husband already on the way after the first certification. See, y'all don't want to mess with me, man. See what I'm saying? I guarantee you unlocked your husband after that first certification. But now you got to finish. Because God only says yes. See, I'm just dumb enough to believe, Law. If you ask for something, it is yours. Cup of coffee or a whole husband. That is the truth. Amen is what's being said. But she got to sacrifice, don't she? Or serve. And there's only one people that you can serve. You understand? And trust me, that money ain't got nothing to do with changing feeling Susan's life. That energy, though, that's validation for all of us. No. See, y'all ain't transparent enough, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? The idea that you have loved somebody for 5 years, and now for the next 5 years, all they want to do is love you back. That's defining. This ain't about no money. This about we is in the right place, and I knew it. Because last place wasn't too right. And what you want to do is you want to be the person. Susan tells y'all all the time, you got to listen when people talk. Now that she ready, move, ready, this, and that. And she is expecting multiple great things to happen. And you are part of that process. If not, God gonna use somebody else to do it. But you gonna miss the blessing. I have this thing we say around the office. Everything is connected, and they never listen to me. Maybe y'all will listen to me now. They're laughing right now. Every single act you do is connected. If Grace wants a husband, Grace has to go give a husband. And I guarantee you, COVID will be a little easier to handle. And I ain't talking about, with 100 new folk. And we're going to do it more than once. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about the idea that do you got anything to give, Grace? Do you have anything right now besides your savings saved up but do you have something you can physically give right now?
No.
Okay. You're not broke. You got stuff locked away, but do you have something you can physically give? Right.
No.
So that means all she got to give is what you love to do most. And that's what, Grace?
Talk to people. Sell.
I don't understand how y'all not getting this.
Oh, my brother, I get it. And this is amazing to hear. Because let me just pause you 1 second.
Go ahead.
When you said she got certified, I thought it was in a programming something or another. She went and got a sales certification, and she's been selling for forever. That is amazing.
You sure right, Jamali. I'm glad you pointed that out. And here's the deal. Grace, did I tell you to do any of that?
No.
That's how she interpreted serve the speaker side. That had nothing to do with me. That was not me. That was her level of ascension, her level of character. And I promise you, now that you're doing that, now that she is doing the attitude of not for me, I'm doing things for me to get better for somebody else, Soon as you come back and concentrate on your husband, it's easier. Every road y'all trying to travel is a road. The problem is y'all ain't got no roads built. Now, you can spend 30 years building a road, or you can let the law of attraction do it in one night. Anybody ever here met somebody change your whole life and you ain't even seen them again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not even in your life right now. I'm not saying like an angel, that season is up, but this one connection introduced you on the path you're on now. Anybody out here like that?
Yes,
Okay.
Nikki.
Okay. Okay. You so right. See, you so right. That's Nikki brought her here.
Yeah, she did. She sure did.
You see what I'm saying? Think about this. A divine connection can do for you in 30 days than what you can do for yourself in 30 years. But if you're not giving, this attitude, your biggest mistake, my friends, is your life is about you. I have given. Remember at the beginning of this year, I told everybody, 2022, I'm just gonna give away. That just sounded like.
Yep,
preacher
I
talk.
remember.
You were right? I have done nothing but that. That's all I've done. Stuff y'all don't know, stuff you do know. I've done nothing. And look, then I was tested and didn't even realize I was being tested. I was in my dreams. That's what made me bring it up yesterday. It was tested. Somebody came to me with a whole stack, and I don't mean 1,000. Somebody came to me with a whole house payment, not a payment, the whole house. All 30 years of payments in one. I'm
So what you do, Greg? No.
I sent them to Ken. I said 2022. You're not hearing me. Somebody else came to me, Deanna Grace saw it, with $100,000.
Yep.
They came to me with 100,000. This is a different transaction. $100,000. No, look at me. Look at me. They came to me. How long ago was it, Grace? Look, I'm not even looking.
We're in April. It was last month.
Okay, then. I need you to get that 30 days ago, over $180,000 came my way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it sure did.
It sure did. In 1 month, the month of March, think I'm lying all you want to. That's between you and your level of ascension. $180,000 came to me in the month of March. And the month of March was terrible for me. Let me just tell you. It was terrible. I didn't like anything about March. $180,000 came to me. I said, go to Ken and watch this here. What I did with the 100,000.
We go ahead and meet with Brad
And Ken.
Uh-huh.
I put Brad and Ken on the phone 3-way. I mean on Zoom. Had Grace and Deanna right there. And I did it again yesterday. And I said, hey y'all, here's this deal. I don't want it. I want to give it to y'all so you can do blah, blah, blah. Am I a nice person? Well, that's debatable. I ain't do that because I'm nice though. No. Can I tell you why I did it, Law? I did it because last year in October, I knew, and I was prepping y'all for it. Last year in October, I knew we was going all tech. And I knew I was going all Assembly of Wanderers. I did. And I said, God, it's time to be about my Father's business. That's what I did. Hear me well. Hear me very well. Jamali, you fit to appreciate this.
Wait, you said God, it's time for me to build what now?
Be about my Father's business.
Got it.
It's time for me to be Thursday every day. And I sat here and I needed a sacrifice. And it was simple to me. If this is the rest of my life legacy, Assembly of Wanderers to build the resource-based economy from, and the programming side, tech side, to build the metaverse that my kids can inherit. Did y'all hear me? One for my incarnation, one for my kids. I said, God, I'm asking you for the rest of my life. So I give you the rest of 2022. Yeah, I ought to stop talking. I'm, you know it.
Man, and in the first quarter, you didn't already sacrifice six stacks. 100 stacks. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
I've done it. I've got witnesses. The calls are recorded. I done it. I got witnesses. The calls are recorded. It's behind the scenes. I gave up my name and password to like I've given out. They might can go in there and change the stuff and lock me out my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I gave it all away in 2022. Why? Because I'm saying, oh ye universe, oh Lord, here's my sacrifice. And here's the crazy part, Arshia. I thought I was going to be on pause in 2022 and then ball out of control of 2023. But God said, since you did it, I'm going to give you what you didn't ask for.
Oh, Jesus.
See, I didn't expect that. See, I didn't expect that, Law. I didn't expect that.
Come on, Solomon.
I thought
I know that's right.
I thought I was going to have to live mediocrely. Yes, please. Because I'm trying to make it sense. Oh, okay. I didn't know you unmuted.
How did you know, or how did you get to what it is that you should give up in order to get what you want, or is that even the wrong thinking process?
No, that's a good thinking process, because this is what I did. So you got, and in simplicity, I gave up my life for 2022, and I'm gonna tell you how. I said, God, I want my life's work. When I die, I'm remembered for these two things. If you go to the Assembly of Wanderers page, it reads like that. It looks like that. You understand what I'm saying? It does. I'm doing things that I ain't never did before. It reads like that. It looks like that. Assembly of Wanderers, and then the all the tech stuff. And I said, God, I want my life's worth. And I thought about it. So what can I give up for that? A life for a life. 2022, I am the man of money. I'm known for making money. Every time I get it, I give it right back. And there's only one thing I got. There's only one thing Antonio got. Reputation. It's my life. And the sacrifice of saying, I'm giving it all away. I don't know if I was gonna keep my house. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I was attacked. You can't forget, I had to do some legal calls with y'all. Like, March was not fun for me. You know what I'm saying? March was not fun for me. And through all of that, I stayed the same, and I stayed giving away. Stay giving away. Why? Because my sacrifice is a life for a life. God, you're going to give me my life for forever. I give you my life for this year. That's how I came up with it. I'm that bold. That makes sense. I'm a pioneer teacher. So there you go. You can thank the humor consultants for explaining that to me. I'm a pioneer. That sounds like something a pioneer would do. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? And now, until complete, my life is dedicated to serving Phil and Susan. And then who I say was second, I moved second. Damali. Then going to Damali. Then Vastine. And then Frida. Then back to Phil and Susan. I ain't got no year. That's serious. It's just not internal private meeting stuff. Like,
No, yes, this is Those names that he said, that's yeah.
I'm telling you, not what I know out of learning. I'm telling you, your biggest mistake is making life about you. The moment you make your life about how your light can impact the light of others, all that stuff you didn't ask for shows up, which is how I want to end this call, and I'm going to give it to you. Oh, no, yeah. I got it. Oh, come on, Law. Oof.
It's funny that you said that because I was having that conversation last night with Twin.
Hold on, Law, before you finish. Law just reminded me of something. Law just reminded me of something. I forgot to announce it again this morning, but I told it to y'all. Law, tell her what I'm doing for you. No. I'm dead ass serious for 2022. Go ahead.
All right, so we got a plan in process. As you guys know, I'm working on moving to Texas. It's kind of one that's tied into moving to Texas, and then also developing this app. Veep Meep is the vegan social app that I'm developing. So we need to come up with a nice, sizable amount of money to get this developer to help me to put it into market by the end of the summer.
Right, and so I told Law, I tell you what. You ain't gonna do it by yourself. We're gonna get together. We're just gonna raise you $75,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I tell you again, 2022 is all about me giving it all away. And I said,
so when you said that earlier, that made sense, and I was like, oh, okay. So then that connects the dots for that. So it makes sense. Yeah.
There you go. You was gonna say, you made me forget that, but you was gonna say something.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that I was having that conversation with Twin Flame last night, where I was saying my goal for Veep Meep and everything I'm doing is not for my own personal self. It's for me to be able to leave a legacy behind for my nephews, my nieces, my godson, or what have you, so that their life can be easier than the life that I have. It has nothing to do about me. I want to do all this so I can leave something behind for them.
That's it. And if you stay in that energy, and if everything you do is in that energy, by the time you start working on yours, the law of attraction would have built this golden road you can't see, but you can feel it. And twin flames start showing up. And divine connections start showing up. And husbands for grace start showing up. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You cannot give, you cannot go to God for a blessing without giving a sacrifice. That's every sacred text. That's not even being religious. It's just every sacred text. And you say, well, I don't believe in sacred text. All right, well, get a watermelon out the ground without giving a watermelon seed. See what happened? Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret, says you can't go to the stove and say, stove, give me heat, unless you first say, put wood into the stove. It's true. Like every ascended, and Nightingale certainly was an ascended master. Every ascended master is telling you for sure this same concept I'm telling you, that you're saying, I want 12,000 in 10 days. That stove give me heat. All right. Where's your wood? Where's your wood? Where's your wood? Which leads me to the last point, and it's right here. Grace, I don't want nobody to think, I don't want you to come over here and read my list script. I got my list script. I want nobody to think. And we already did this one. You read this one. This one, we did this one on our own.
Okay. The world will bend to your will when you bless others. You are truly working too hard.
And then this one right here.
If you are your primary motivation, you will struggle every day for the rest of your life.
Say it again, man, because that hurt.
If you are your primary motivation, you will struggle every day for the rest of your life.
Now, read this motor scooter right there. Yes, you read it.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added unto you.
That's how we end in the call. It's in there. I don't want you to think it out. So don't think, oh, he couldn't just wait. Nope. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. So now you got to say, well, what is the kingdom of heaven? And I got you. I knew you was gonna ask. It's all you. Everybody always asks a question. Nobody ever explains it. No man, look, read it, Grace. I posted it for you.
What is the kingdom? The spiritual realm over which God reigns as king, or the fulfillment on earth of God's will?
Everybody wonders. Jesus is preaching the kingdom of heaven coming. No, excuse me, here. Okay, come on, let's do this. Grace, pull up Mark chapter 1, go to verse 13. Pull up the whole Mark English Standard Version, please. No, ain't no Bible lesson. This is an ascended master lesson in what was said. Is that okay? Mark 1, ESV, very, very accurate version. Very accurate. Mark 1. Every scholar, or at least 90% of scholars, believe today that Mark was the first book written as far as the Gospels go. If you go down, scroll down, Grace. Here's the first book. Read 14, Grace. Read it like you're Baptist.
Now, after John was arrested, Jesus came into Galilee proclaiming the gospel of God.
Stop right there, God dog it. Now, everybody listen to me. First book written in the Gospels. Mark flat out says what the gospel is. All that death, burial, resurrection, that is not the gospel. That's a part of the gospel. That is not. The gospel ain't got nothing. Stop your damn camera. Stop your camera. Just standing up. The gospel ain't got nothing to do with you not sinning. That's not. There's a whole book on this called King Jesus Gospel by Scott McKnight. Yep, that's his name. You being blessed ain't got nothing to do with the gospel. That's a byproduct of the gospel. The gospel, yeah, it's like fasting to lose weight. That ain't why you fast. Losing weight is just a byproduct of fasting. You know what I'm saying? So the gospel is whatever Jesus is about to say, according to Mark. First thing, this is the first thing Jesus did. Jesus, do your camera, Grace. Put it back up. Go all the way to verse 1. Boom, 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 right here. There's Jesus. John Baptist preparing the way. Jesus is not on mission yet. Okay, keep on going. Keep on going. This is the baptism of Jesus. Yes, that's when Jesus starts mission. Yes, yes. Then, hear me well. As soon as you know what you want, the opposite gonna show up. What's the opposite coming up, Grace?
Temptation of Jesus.
All right. So as soon as he know what he want, the opposite shows up. And what's the first?
Falling through several times over? God.
Yeah. Now, Grace, what's the first thing Jesus does in his mission? According to verse 14, that's right here. It's in the text.
After John was arrested, Jesus came into Galilee proclaiming the gospel of God.
And what is the gospel of God? Gospel of God, gospel of heaven, same thing.
And saying, the time is fulfilled and the kingdom of God is at hand. Repent and believe in the gospel.
Kingdom of God is at hand. The time is fulfilled. Kingdom of God is at hand. Time is fulfilled. Kingdom of God is at hand. What is the kingdom of God? Listen to me very well. The motives, the power, the behavior, and the blessings that are in heaven. That's where the kingdom of God is. And that is what's in the kingdom of God. Is sickness in the kingdom of God?
No.
Is unforgiveness. Come on, Christians. If anybody else should be with me, it should be y'all. Is unforgiveness in the kingdom of heaven?
No.
Backbiting. No. Gossip. Not paying your bills on time. Stressing about money. Low self-esteem. Oh, I see. I can do that, huh? Illnesses in your body. Oh, see that? Seek ye first the behavior, the love, the grace, the power of God. Forget them commandments. That's not what this verse is talking about. It's part of it. That ain't what this verse is talking about. This verse is simply put, man, seek ye first the energy of source, and all the things you want will be added to you. How can I not make that more simple? Seek ye first the energy of source. And how do you do that on earth? You, as source, need to go to other source and give. Whatever you think heaven is, however you think God is, go give the field. However you go approach this 100 or 99, however you go approach this, you need to approach it like God would. And when you do that, all the things, all the husband you want will be added unto you. By effort? No, automatically. It's the byproduct of being the light. Oof. I'm done. I am literally done. I am done. You know what I'm saying? Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can't play better. You can dominate. Thank you so much, everybody. We love you. Love you.
Love you more.
Yes. Don't you run out of here and forget what I said today.
I won't forget.
All right. You catch the energy of the Lord, the energy of heaven, whatever you want to believe, and go give it to somebody. And by the time you work back on you, cheat code. All right, everybody. Love you more. Y'all have a good one.